So in this video we're going to do a complete run through of the Westin Spinnerbait range. Everything from rods, trailer hooks, trailers, storage, and of course the main course, our spinnerbaits. So tag along and check it out. So let's start by looking at the main course, the MVibe and the MVibe Pro spinnerbaits from Westin. So we have them in 4 different versions and they each come in 2 different sizes. So the main 2 characters is the MVibe Pro and the normal MVibe. And the big difference here is the MVibe Pro has a tungsten head that is much more compact, and the MVibe has a head made of zinc. Both are very eco-friendly, just a big difference in price and density. In the MVibe Pro package you also get included a trailer hook in all versions. Of course we also sell trailer hooks and accessories, so you can fit also your normal MVibes with a trailer hook if that would be needed for your situation. Another big difference in the models is that the MVibe Pro has one version with a double willow, we call it willow plus willow blade, which is just basically what it sounds. It has 2 willow blades in 2 different sizes, a very traditional type of spinnerbait, but a very effective one, proven through many years, and of course we need it in our MVibe range. We also have the MVibe Pro Colorado plus willow blade, and this is a special version here. I'm going to show you later how it looks underwater, but it's basically a Colorado blade that has a willow blade attached behind it, and this creates a very unique movement. It swims beautifully and it creates a different sound and vibration profile than the other ones. The MVibe has 2 different versions. We have one Colorado plus willow, which is a Colorado blade on the arm and a willow blade further out on the arm. And then we have the MVibe, just a traditional willow blade. This is a very good all-round spinnerbait to catch pike and perch anywhere. So let's run through why we did these different kind of applications and see every individual spinnerbait in its whole. So let's start talking about the MVibe Pro willow plus willow. All of the spinnerbaits come in 2 different sizes. The Pro models come in a 14 gram and a 28 gram version. So you can see, these are made in tungsten, as I said, so they're very compact. And also we have fish print and also hand-painted details on the head, so they're really realistic. You can see the fish print, looks super nice. And a really smart feature that we have on our spinnerbaits, because some people like to use a snap from their wire trays or their fluorocarbon trays. Some people like to tie the line directly into the spinnerbait. And here we have accompanied both ways of doing it by simply putting this little secure ring here. So if you want the ring, if you want to use a snap, basically leave it on. It has a closed eye here. The snap can't travel up or down the arm of the spinnerbait. But if you want to tie, you can just pinch it together, take this away, if you rather want to fish it like that. Now you can tie a line there, but for me I like using snaps. And personally, if I would tie it, doesn't matter if you have this ring here, but the ring locks it in place and you won't have any issues with the snap coming up the arm and tangling or anything like that. So a super smart little detail here that we have on both the Pro model and the normal MVibe. You can see the skirts are super soft, and what's really important is that they're tapered so they don't stick together, because if they're all the same length they have a tendency to stick. So here they're both soft and tapered, so you'll get the most action out of the skirt. They're hand tied, of course, and you can really see on them that when it is 2 colors, you have one color on the belly and one color on the back. And that of course makes it a bit more difficult to make them, but I think that detail creates an overall look and quality that is just perfect for the MVibe range. As all of our hard lures, we have stated on the belly or on the crankbaits on the lip how much they weigh. So this one is 28 gram or 1 ounce. So it's very easy to remember all of the time when they're in the boxes and stuff how much they weigh. You never have to think about it. And as you can see here, we have a really wide gape hook, super sturdy, and we have this really good keeper here for a trailer, if you want to put a trailer on it. Me personally, I like fishing it like this, but if you want to put a trailer hook, we also include it in the package. It's very easily done. I'll show you a bit later how to put on the trailer hook and how to choose different trailers for the different MVibes. And this is, as I said, this is the willow plus willow blade version. So we have two willow blades, one on the arm and one on the end of the arm here. So they're spinning completely separate from each other. The difference between a willow blade and a Colorado blade is basically a willow blade moves much faster and in a tighter rotation. So a willow blade is more effective in clear water situations when you want to retrieve really fast, or if you want to go deeper. That's when you use a willow blade. A Colorado blade is more suitable for cold water fishing if you want to retrieve it slowly, when you need more vibrations, when it's low visibility, or when you just want a bigger profile from the front or from the back of the lure because it spins in a wider rotation and it creates much more resistance, so you feel the spinnerbait much more. So willow blade is very versatile, I think, and as I said, it's more of a clear water application, but as we have two on it, it's very versatile. You can fish it also in quite murky water and you will get a lot of vibrations and sound from it. The other version of the MVibe Pro, this is the Colorado plus willow blade, is a bit special here. You can see that it's a Colorado blade on the end of the arm with a willow blade on the opposite side of the Colorado. This creates a very unique movement and you get the best out of a Colorado blade and a willow blade. So you get a lot of movement, a lot of sound, a lot of flash coming in different directions. So this is a perfect spinnerbait when it's a bit more murky in the water or you want to retrieve it a little bit slower, like in the end of the fall or quite early spring. And of course, the main benefit of having a tungsten head on the MVibe Pro is of course density. It's much more compact, it's better casting, and it's of course eco-friendly, just like our zinc heads. But all in all, a beautiful spinnerbait, super nice details, very thought through, and the Sure ring just like really shows how much thought has gone into these spinnerbaits. Now we're going to check out our second star of the spinnerbait lineup. This is the MVibe. We have the Colorado plus willow, and we also have the willow blade version. So this one is made out of zinc. It has our very well known Ricky the Roach fish head, and it's made out of zinc. So it's still eco-friendly. So these come in a 12 and a 21 gram version. So you can cover shallow water fishing and also deep water. Of course, they have the Sure ring system like our Pro model, so you can easily remove it or keep it there depending on your fishing with a snap or if you want to tie your line directly into the spinnerbait. Either way, we got you covered. As all our spinnerbaits, we have a really good hook here for securing your trailer. And here you don't get the trailer hooks included in the package, but we do have a variety of trailer hooks with beads that I will show you later on how to apply and how to choose a trailer. So this is, as I said, the Colorado plus willow blade, and on this version you have the Colorado blade here separately on the arm of the spinnerbait. So here you get the best out of both worlds. So you have the willow blade causing a quite tight rotation, fast moving, and then you have a small Colorado here that sends flashes in different directions than the willow blade does. So you get a lot of commotion in the water, and this is a perfect spinnerbait for low visibility, murky water, and also you can fish it a bit slower, so you can fish it later in the fall or early in the spring. So just like our MVibe Pro series, you have the super nice soft skirt, and as I said before, very important that it's tapered so they don't stick together, so you get the most pulsating, vibrant movement in the skirt as you possibly can. And just like on the MVibe Pro, we have all of the weights written on the belly of the lures here, so it's very easy to recognize when you're looking through your boxes, no problem at all. So now moving on to the last star of the show, this is the MVibe Willow. Just as the name suggests, it's a spinnerbait with one single willow blade, and this is a proven concept. We've had it before in our old monster vibes, and it's just a killer for perch and pike. This one you can fish a bit deeper and you can fish it faster. Since it's only one blade and it's a willow, so it has a tight rotation, you can fish this super fast through the weeds or on the drop and fish it deeper. So that's basically the 4 different models in both weights. Now, let's check out how we can pair it up with our new trailer lures and also with our trailer hooks. Okay, so let's dive into the world of trailers here. We have, to the launch of the Spinnerbait Concept, we have the ShadTeez Pin-tail is also released, and this is a quite remarkable lure. It has a pintail, as the name suggests, which makes it extremely versatile. You can fish this lure basically any way you want. If you want that non-action style lure, you can fish it on an offset hook, you can use it as a soft jerk, and particularly, you can use it as a trailer. So it comes in 3 sizes. This is the 13, 11, and all the way down to 8 centimeter. And as I said, they're perfect for drop shot, Carolina, non-action presentations in general. But as a trailer on our MVibe series or on the Blade Bite, our bladed jig lures, this is a fantastic trailer. And it comes in a wide variety of colors, so you can mix and match with the spinnerbaits that you have. And you can just pair it up to be the kind of combo that is suited for your waters. So let's check out to see how you rig them in the best way. So one size that I will use a lot myself is the 11 centimeter ShadTeez Pin-tail. This is the pearl white. I always like white dominant colors. It's good in a wide variety of clarity situations. So for example, you can pair it up with this MVibe Pro. This is the Colorado plus willow blade. You don't have to make it super fancy, like you just have to remove the skirt or just let it fall the other direction, and then it's just basically like threading a normal soft lure on a jig head. You have the hook keeper right there. You just measure it out where you want it to sit, make a little nook in the back of the lure, and then you can just super simple thread it on. And if you want, you can also put a drop of super glue before you slide it on all the way, but that's nothing that I will do now, just for demonstration purposes right now. Basically just slide it on. Then you can, as you see now, the hook keeper is pressing out against the belly. Just basically push it. You penetrate the belly of the ShadTeez Pin-tail there. And now you have a trailer which creates more volume to the skirted part here, but you also create this nice ending, and this will just, with micro movements, just flail around in the vortexes from the willow blade. You'll have a nice movement here in the tail. You'll probably see that on underwater footage that I'm showing right now, even though I'm talking here. Sometimes it's nice to just have a different color to kind of give that 3D effect and just let the lure come more to life. So you can take a dark color, this is the motor oil, just apply it inside a color that's normally like, it's not a motor oil color, but you can also just apply it inside to get that kind of 3D effect. You get that nice 3D effect with some color coming through that white skirt. It's not much of a beefy trailer, but it's just a way of adding some extra color inside of the skirts. But of course, you can also go crazy with it and attach a really big one. For example, I want to do it on the MVibe normal model here. If you want to create a really big lure, if you're maybe fishing for pike and want everything to become bigger, you can just go to the 14 centimeter ShadTeez Pin-tail and just make the whole lure much bigger and give the pike something really big to zoom in on. So in that way, you get a really nice tapered finish, and you get that movement from the tail there. Super nice combo, and of course you can mix and match with whatever kind of color combinations you like. This is a really nice, just creates a much sleeker profile. And if you don't want to put a trailer on, if you're, for example, if you just want to fish it like it comes in the package, which is normally fine, it's a really good way of just casting it. Super simple, catch a lot of fish, but sometimes people want a extra trailer hook just to add more hookup percentage or the hookup ratio. Personally, I think the one hook is fine, but if you want to add more hooks to it, in the Pro package, we include a 1 odd trailer hook and 2 little beads. You have 1 flat side and 1 rounded side, so you put it on with the rounded side first. I'll show you why in a second. You just need to push it over the barb. Just get it down somewhere in the middle there. And you take the hook that is included. You can also buy these separately, of course. Just place it on like that. And then you take the other one, but this one you thread with the flat side first. And that creates a nice pinching sensation, kind of. So you get that nice hook quite fixated. You can just get it right there. That will of course increase your hookup ratio. So if you're finding the fish just nibbling on it or whatever, if you want to add more hooks, we include it in the package. Perfect way. And of course we have them, all the trailer hooks, we have them so you can buy them separately if you want to put them on your normal MVibe or maybe the blade bite and stuff like that. Anything you want to add a hook that you need a horizontal eyelet on, the trailer hooks is your way to go. So in 1 odd and 2 odd we have them. So this is just a couple of different ways of rigging the MVibe together with our ShadTeez Pin-tail or just with our trailer hooks. So you can play around a lot with them. There's a lot of different kind of ways and actions. Now, how should we store all of these new lures? Well, I'll show you. Okay, so we have 2 specific ways of storing our MVibe series, and it's either if you want a big box to store them. This is the Spinnerbait Storage box. It's quite simple, exactly what it says. It has this system so you can hang the lures. Just basically take them, just hang them on these little pedestals. And when you close the box, you just kind of lock everything in place. So here you can fit a lot of spinnerbaits. And this is one way of storing them. You can fit 44 individual spinnerbaits, nice and neat, and each one has their own location. And then we have the Spinnerbait wallet. This is built off of the platform of our rig wallet, but with some really cool modifications. So it's basically 2 separate folders. One has 4 of these compartments and the other one has 3. They are detachable, and what makes it really great is that, for example, I use our rig wallet. So if I have a bunch of rigs or big stinger baits or stuff, the spinnerbaits in here, and it's very easy to just, for example, mix and match. And now you have a combined wallet here, so you can fit a wide variety of different lures and stuff. For now, we'll just talk about it being a spinnerbait wallet. So what's different here is that every compartment has this rubber mesh opening. So when you place the spinnerbaits down here and they're completely wet, it doesn't matter because the water will drain and they will get a chance to dry. So you have a lot of compartment here. I said 3 here and 4 here, and they're all the same. So you can just neatly organize all your spinnerbaits, maybe your blade bites, stuff like that. And of course, you can place, in some of them you can place trailers, trailer hooks, maybe leaders, stuff like that, leader materials. So this is basically a rig wallet deluxe, because you can use them also for your wet lures. This is 2 ways of storing our spinnerbaits, which is just fantastic for our whole range and our spinnerbait system. And we have one last really cool thing to talk about, and that's rods. So specifically for the launch of our spinnerbait series, we also launched 2 new rods. These are the Spinnerbait T rods, and they are both made in the W2 series, so it's a lot of bang for the buck. They have the same design as the other W2 series, of course, but they have a completely different action, specifically made for casting these medium-sized and small spinnerbaits. So they're both 7.6 foot long. This one is 12 to 28 grams, and this one is 21 to 65 grams casting weight. And they both have a medium fast action to keep a slight tension on the lure, but still having that backbone to set the hook and drive those single hooks into the fish's mouth. But they're very sensitive, and that medium fast action accomplishes the bait caster and the casting motion really, really well. Medium fast is just a perfect way to go when it comes to spinnerbaits. Back handle, not crazy long, not crazy short, but still some nice support. It has this nice rubber ending so they don't glide away and fall, but still it's very durable so it doesn't wear out during the years. And basically just the same beautiful design as our other W2 rod series. I have paired up my 28 gram rod here with a 100 W6 bait caster. This is the high speed gear ratio, which I think is a quite perfect match for spinnerbaits. And I paired it up with this 0.20 millimeter W10 line. And why 0.20 millimeter? Well, I like to go a little bit thicker when it comes to spinnerbaits and blade bites. So 0.20 gives me that extra durability if you're casting through cover, through weeds and stuff like that. Really nice with that extra thickness. Same goes for pike fishing with spinnerbaits with the Monster Vibe Colorado that I like a lot. I use very thick line because I cast a lot into weeds and stuff like that, and it wears on the line quite a lot. So I tend to go quite heavy on the braid when it comes to spinnerbaits. So it's super cool to have this large range, and having these 2 rods specifically made for spinnerbaits and blade bite. It's just an awesome new addition to our quite large range here at Westin-Fishing. So I hope you like this new spinnerbait concept and you find something in it that can add to your fishing experience. And if you liked this video, please like and subscribe to see more. And you can always comment what you want to see next. So until next time, see you on the water.